Hello everybody, this is Mr. Parker and we're doing question 3 on the OCR Foundation GCSE paper 2 from June 2013. For more questions on this paper, click the link here. In question 3 part A, we need to draw and label an obtuse angle at point A. Well, an obtuse angle means that it's between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So we've got quite a bit of flexibility with how we draw this angle, as long as it's between 90 and 180. So let's start at point A, put your protractor on, so that the crosshair, that's this bit here, is right at the edge, right on the corner. And make sure you line your protractor up so that the 0 goes through your line here. So here's 90 degrees, here's 180, we can draw anywhere between, so I'll draw 140. So I've drawn my angle, I now need to label it, and to do that I just put an angle sign on like that. Part B says measure angle X, so this angle here. Before we measure it, it's always a good idea to estimate roughly what it's going to be, because your protractor will give you two answers, and one of them will be bigger than 90, the other will be smaller. We know this angle is smaller than 90. Remember, 90 degrees is like a corner. So when I put my protractor on, remember I want to put the crosshair here. That wants to go on the corner of the angle, and this line here needs to go along the bottom line of the angle. And if I do that, can you see how it's between 30 and 40, or it could have been between 140 and 150? Because I've had a look at it first, I know it's smaller than 90, I know I want the inside scale. I also know because I start from 0, and 0 is on the inside scale, whereas this one's on 180. So it's between 30 and 40, and if I follow it along, it's here, and if I count the dashes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, I know it might be difficult for you to see on your screen, but that's halfway between 30 and 40. I'm going to put 35 degrees. In question 3 part C, we need to calculate angle Y and give a reason for our answer. Well, we have a quadrilateral here, and any quadrilateral, you can split it into two triangles by drawing a line across the diagonal. And we know the angles in a triangle add up to 180. And because we've got two triangles, and you can do this for any four-sided shape, it means the angles inside any four-sided shape will be two lots of 180, which is 360. So we know that all of the angles inside this shape add up to 360 degrees. So the way we go about finding the missing angle is we add up the ones we know. So we're going to do 46 plus 109 plus 63. Now you might be able to quite easily do this in your head. I'm going to do it on the calculator so I can show you some functions on your calculator which you may find useful. So we'll do 46 plus 109 plus 63. And that gives us 218. Remember, leave this answer on your calculator because we're going to use it later on. So it's 218. So to find Y, remember we've got 360 degrees altogether, and we're going to subtract the bits we know. And whatever we've got left over will have to be this angle here. So when you're using a scientific calculator and you've just got an answer that you're going to use in the next calculation, if I put 360 and then press subtract, and I use this ANS button, that stands for answer, it will take away the last answer that's in my calculator, and that gives me 142. Now that might not be particularly useful for this question. It would be quite easy to type 360 minus 218, but you may come across questions where that is useful, so be aware that you can do it. So angle Y is 142 degrees because, and we need to put an angle rule in here, and the one we used is that angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. So the key parts to this are that you use the word quadrilateral, so angles in a quadrilateral, and you must have this 360. That's what the examiner will be looking for, that you know the angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees.